Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 18th. We're just going to jump right in here, Cancer, and see what is going on for you. You have this festive times. It says finding joy in life again. You have this December card. It says bringing unexpected gifts. Believe you deserve this and unwrap it. It also, this other card says you were born for this. So this looks good. This is coming up in your past position, but, again, it still could be for the entire reading. So, I do feel there is some sort of success coming in for you. Again, we're going to do past, present, future outcome in this reading. And look, you have a crab right here. So you show up. But you have the Queen of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Swords here. I have the words like don't sleep on something popping into my head as well, which is weird. None of these cards would represent that, but, I'm kind of, well, except for the Four of Swords, but I kind of feel like there's something that you should kind of like jump onto right away. I feel like there's something in your life that you should take advantage of very quickly. And here you go. It could be a person here, very like a divine connection, someone where there's a lot of desire. Again, the fire signs, but I always like to remind people that just because they're showing up as the Wands cards, it could just be that you're meeting a person who displays these traits, a person who is like, look, you cannot make this up. Marriage, family room, someone you'll have a family with. Are you kidding? So there you go. If you want love here, Cancer, this could be a surprise or a shock with the Tower. But let's see. I have a feeling the Tower is going to come up for everyone again. It came up for Pisces. You're only the second reading I'm doing today. But I do believe that... especially towards the end of this month, September, that we could see some sort of global tower moment, some sort of shock to the system or something like that. Again, this is just going to keep happening. It literally could happen on the 21st of the month, which the 21 is standing out to me there on that family room card. So, or like the 17th or something like that. I don't know, might be a day to pay attention, right? But you have this Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. You have the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Wands, which really tells me that there could be like a divine counterpart coming in for you. Doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to. If you don't want love, again, I still feel this is like a perfect match. It's something that has to do with the story you're telling yourself. You have this storyteller card. And so there could be a perfect match in the sense that you're attracting like a business idea, a business, a career, a job, whatever it is that you want. I feel it's some part of something that you've been thinking about quite a bit. Something that you would say to yourself, this is a gift, right? We have this card here that says bringing unexpected gifts. So, I kind of feel that there's like an unexpected gift from the universe. I don't really feel it's like all that unexpected because it looks to me like you've been dreaming about it. You go this way to the Knight of Cups. So you've been, the Knight of Cups to the moon especially is kind of this energy of imagining something entering into your life as you want it. And, I really feel that for you, Cancer, where there could be something where you're saying to yourself, like, wouldn't it be nice if I had this? It could be a person, a place, or a thing, doesn't matter. And it's like you're getting it, so love it. You have the Three of Wands. I'm just going to show you these two cards because I really feel this on these two cards. This right here is saying to me, like, do not sleep on something. There's an opportunity or something coming in for you. The Three of Wands is telling me, Three of Wands is a card of expansion, but it kind of says, like, what are you waiting for? It says, like, don't wait. And the Four of Swords, I was getting something about sleeping on something. It's like saying, I wouldn't really say this is a warning. I just think I feel the reading is saying, like, hey, something really good is coming in for you and you're not going to want to miss it, but you're also going to have to pay attention and take advantage. Sometimes we ask for something with the Three of Wands. It shows up, his ships have come in, but he needs to get out on those ships, right? He needs to get into that water. And I always say that those ships are pointing out of the harbor. It's like an opportunity. It's a calling to him. Those ships are saying like, hey, we're ready to go on this adventure right here. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is literally the card of an adventure. It's like, are you going to stay up here or are you going to go on this exciting new adventure? Again, this could be love because you also have that Knight of Wands. And, going this way to the King of Wands. Whenever I see something like this right here, a knight to a king, it says that you might see someone as a knight, but actually they're a king. So, again, it's like one of those things where I feel this is a person that if it's a person that you're not going to want to sleep on, it's like something that you should go for. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Three of Wands. Yes, you're going to have to be bold and assertive. Queen of Wands doesn't know. She is a card of learning as you go. So I think, it doesn't matter what gender you are. I think that could be where the fears are coming from. is that you don't have all the answers. None of us do. And you're kind of having to do something. You even have the moon over here, which would kind of represent doing something in darkness, moving forward on something in your life without knowing all the answers. So I would really encourage you to do that. With the Three of Wands, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is like a separation, or, can represent a breakup as well. But for some of you, I feel this could be some sort of separation in your life, or you could be separating away from something in your life, and it could be a risk. And I definitely get risky energy here. To me, the Five of Swords does represent a risk or risk taking, and so it's like a risk to go on this journey. With the Four of Swords, you have the Hermit. The Hermit is about needing to come out, normally the Hermit has that lantern, and the star is inside that lantern. And I always say, he needs to blast that star all over the place. He needs to let that star shine bright. And so I feel for a lot of you that this is saying, you need to blast your star, all over the place here. In your current position, your present energy, you have this crab. It says, consider the unconventional, take a sideways approach. You have the sandcastle. It says, everything is temporary, divine timing. Definitely feel something about divine timing here. You have this Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune can definitely represent divine timing. So it's I feel this is critically important that you take advantage of something that has been brought in at this time, and this is probably for the most growth. Let's put it that way. And that's really what I feel here. We see the Three of Wands twice, which is major expansion. The thing with the Three of Wands is something I think people need to understand about tarot is it's sometimes the energy is asking you to do something. It's saying hey, this opportunity exists. That's how I look at tarot. I don't think tarot predicts anything. I don't think it can make anything happen for you or anything. It's just saying, hey, this opportunity exists. You can sit on your biscuit, not willing to risk it, or you can take the risk and be successful. So, what I would say here is take the risk to expand, right? Expansion is scary. Doing something that's bigger than you is scary. Taking a risk is scary, but you can be afraid or you can be brave and be very successful. That's what this reading is saying. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Wands, and the Six of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune, again, can represent divine timing, can also represent some sort of turnaround coming into your life. I do feel that this is kind of like a divinely guided situation. Again, if this is love, I feel this is something that will probably be a very expansive connection, something that will take you to new heights is what I'm getting. If it could also be something else that you're passionate about. So again, even if you don't want love, and even if you do, again, there's no reason this couldn't be love and you getting a career or starting a business, right? So, whatever it is, I think that it has to do with a story that you've already told yourself. It's almost like a more daydreaming energy on this card right here, which we're going to talk about next, right? It's almost like you are imagining, whatever this thing is for you that's very expansive. You've already been daydreaming it. I think you've already been imagining it or kind of experiencing it in your mind. And now it's time to bring it into the world. And you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands kind of says a million things to me in your reading. He says that you have to be flexible. He's very spontaneous, and he doesn't care how he does something. He just will figure it out, plain and simple. So, I feel for a lot of you, this is saying, don't be afraid to take risks, and it doesn't really matter how you do something as long as you get it done. I also do feel, again, that there could be a person, specifically if you want love, I feel that there could be a person who you see this way, but really they're this way. I feel like everybody makes this mistake is what I'm getting. It's everybody sees this person maybe as a little bit inconsistent or a dreamer, but it's if you actually got to know them, I feel like they're super consistent and very successful. It's one of those things where, it's the type of person, I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. It's the type of person where people don't believe their stories, but they're not stories. It's really who they are, but it's almost like one of those people where maybe their stories are so, extraordinary or whatever that people don't believe them, they're past people, and then they always find out too late. It's giving me that type of vibe. Definitely could be a fire sign. It could be any sign, general reading. You have the Six of Swords here, moving on to calmer shores. Definitely improvements coming in for you here. So I feel like you're moving on to something bigger and better in your life. Let's see what we have here. With the Wheel of Fortune, are you kidding? You have the Four of Wands. I'm telling you right now, again, I'm not saying that this has to be love, but it definitely looks like a good love reading to me here, Cancer. So definitely could be a person you marry if you don't want love, and even if you do. The Four Wands is a finish line card. So I do believe, by the way, that we are in a time right now where pretty much everyone could be finishing one stage of life, like kind of finishing one stage of something in their life, and then kind of going to the next stage. So, to me, it's a card of completion. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Strength card. I feel like you need to look at, if this is a person, I feel like you need to look at their actions, because, strength is something, that this lady on this card does every single day. That's normally on a traditional Strength card. She is like taming her inner voice, her inner demons, her inner critic, and it's something that she really works on. And so again, if this is a person, I think that's something that's like a clue that could tell you who this person is. I kind of feel like you could meet this person. You already have your eye on this person, I feel. Could be someone you meet through socializing or something. You have all these Wands cards. Wands cards always remind me of like social energy for whatever reason. So, but what I would say is I think that if you actually look at their life, they kind of have like a daily practice, or they have a daily routine or something like that. With the Six of Swords, you have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick success, and so I feel like there could be quick success or an achievement coming in here. It's also like good news. Look at this. You have the Knight of Cups here, but it's like someone isn't sure with the Moon card, and by the way, the Eight of Wands is my card of socializing, but so definitely could meet this person through socializing. I suppose it could be through social media as well. You have the Knight of Cups, which is like a knight in shining armor or someone making an offer, but then we get to the Moon. You could argue that, oh, it's a Pisces, but, I don't know. I kind of feel like someone is not sure what to do in the situation. So let's clarify. We're going to go through this and we'll figure it out. Next, in your future position, you have this Divine Matrix and the Storyteller card. I kind of feel for a lot of you that by telling your story, or telling the story that you want to hear, you are putting information into the fabric of the universe, and you're actually manifesting the things that you want very quickly. I literally said this. I was on Sirius Joy TV a couple of days ago, and I literally said on there that I believe we're in a time where, the only thing I want people to understand is that they can change their story just by changing their words, and they can literally write down their story as they want it and make it happen. So, I think now is a great time for making sure that you're watching your words, making sure that you are speaking on your life as you want it to be, exactly as you want it to be, because it's like you're putting those things into the universe. I also do get a little bit of a kind of like a destined connection here. Like I said, Wheel of Fortune between these two here is kind of obvious. You have the King of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Definitely some sort of risk that you have to take. You could be surprising people as well with the Tower. Again, the Tower is not always bad. I kind of feel like there could be a global Tower moment this month anyway. I said this last week as well. Everyone had the Tower last week again. So it wouldn't really surprise me if there was some sort of, bank collapse or who the hell knows what, right? Who cares? So what I would say here is, really I feel, stay focused if that happens. But the Five of Swords to me is a card of taking a risk. But I also feel you could be doing something that is maybe surprising to the people in your life. Like maybe they see you walking away from your job and doing something else, or they see you, starting a business or doing something else. And, it could surprise them. But again, this is the time we're in. I encourage people to do this, to like, don't be afraid to break free from tradition. We have Neptune and Pisces. I talked about this on the interview as well, that, Neptune and Pisces is about breaking tradition on purpose. So it's like, maybe you come from a family of dentists but you really want to go do something else. Like the time that we're in is that you should go do whatever the other thing your heart is telling you to do, right? If your heart is telling you to be a dentist, obviously be a dentist. But if it's telling you to do something else, go do something else. Go do whatever the other thing is. And yeah, it's a risk. Yes, other people might not like it, but the only people who are going to suffer now are the people who do what everyone else tells them to do. That is like a one-way ticket to hell, basically. You have the King of Wands. Definitely feel this could be the type of person you're attracting. Definitely giving me power couple vibes. Like I'm surprised the Emperor and the Empress haven't showed up here because, again, I feel the two of you lift each other up. So definitely a very good connection. I also do feel it's encouraging you to be bold, be assertive, go for what you want. You have the Knight of Cups, so definitely a Knight in Shining Armor. I feel this is something that will probably sweep you up. So looks like a good connection. And sorry, some of these cards are mixed up here. So let's fix that. But let's see where this is going for you. With the King of Wands, you have the Sun. Are you kidding? Definitely going to be very happy. A lot of happiness, joy, abundance, like good things coming in here. I also feel, the Queen of Wands, she has this sunflower here. And the sunflower points towards the sun, literally. So, and even on the table here, it's literally pointing in this direction. So I've been, the Queen of Wands comes up a lot nowadays, and I encourage people to move towards their sun, their happiness, their joy. And that's what I would do here, plain and simple. With the Five of Swords, you have the Magician. Yeah, I feel like you're attracting something. Again, I would watch those words, and I feel you're attracting something good into your life. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Wheel of Fortune. If you have the Wheel of Fortune twice, damn, number one. This is like extremely fortunate, extremely lucky. Fortunes are turning in your favor. Like, this could be a person who literally is a good luck charm. The funny thing is, like I said, I feel like everybody sees this person as like a Knight of Wands, as, being flighty or inconsistent or whatever. It's almost like this is a type of person where maybe they have a bunch of relationships where people never really let them in. And there are no, I'm not saying there are warning signs or anything like that. I feel like people project their own insecurities onto this person. But it's like, really, this person's like a good luck charm. I feel like what everybody realizes when this person leaves is that their life becomes worse, not better. So, I kind of feel you could be attracting like a little bit of a good luck charm. You could be the good luck charm here as well with the Wheel of Fortune is what I'm getting. Next, as for your outcome, you have this marriage card, this family room card. Like, seriously, could be a person that you are going to marry. Could be very surprising or shocking to people with the Tower. So you have the Tower, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Moon. Again, I do feel that for some of you, this could be a shock to people in your life. Like, maybe this happens very quickly. Maybe you meet this person and, within a year or something like that, you marry. So that's kind of the energy I get here. Again, I do feel like there could be a global Tower moment this week. So just don't panic. Again, I always tell people, people always accuse me of being political and all this other stuff. I don't support any politician, period. They're all people who can't get real jobs. That's how I feel about politicians, every single one of them. So, as far as I'm concerned, we should take the government and we should launch it to Mars so that they can just not be here, right? So there you go. But what I would say is, again, we're going to see a lot of these global Tower moments, and, we've already seen a bunch, FTX, the crypto collapse, we're going to see more of that going on, the bank collapses that are already happened, tons of stuff. So I always tell people, just do what you can with what you got right now. I think the solution to this is, yes, to be a little bit selfish, to focus on your own life, and to make your life as the best that you possibly can, right? And to at least work towards doing that. If you do that, we're going to lift up the rest of the world, and that's exactly what we need, plain and simple. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. He's looking at these pentacles, and he's saying, something has to change. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Well, is it worth it for me to put all this time, effort, energy into this? Or is there something better? And I kind of feel a lot of you know that things need to change in your life. I don't feel good or bad about this. I just feel you're, possibly creating a big change. You have the Moon here. And again, it's like there is a little bit of fear here, right here, going on. If someone's making you a love offer, you could be fearful of where it's going to go and all this other stuff. But, I do feel that reading is encouraging you to go towards this person. So I would let your fears go. But let's see where this is going. With the Tower, you have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card that says don't give up on something, and it is a card of the Wounded Warrior, but I kind of feel it's encouraging you to experiment, to try new things in your life. I would also, protect. I do feel like something needs to be protected. Five of Swords to the Tower to the Nine of Wands. Again, so if you have something good in your life or you're moving in a good direction, I would protect it from other people's opinions and ideas and things like that. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Fool. Definitely taking a leap of faith at this time. I feel you're taking a leap of faith away from whatever the Seven of Pentacles is, which is probably something you've been working on for a long time, and you're just having a new beginning. With the Moon, you have the King of Swords here. King of Swords card of knowledge and wisdom, but we only truly learn when we take our knowledge and we turn it into wisdom. That's where the Moon is. Like the Moon, the Fool, he knows that he just has to keep moving forward and to get to these mountains here, right? He doesn't need to know any of the details. And, sometimes when I see the King of Swords with the Moon, it's like saying to me, you have knowledge about something, but you need to put it into practice so that you can turn it into wisdom, right? So pretty simple stuff. We're going to see what else wants to come up here for you. here, Cancer, and let's go. You have this broken ring. It says parting of the ways either in romance or business. Yeah, there definitely could have been some sort of breakup or separation. This card fell off. I wish you could have seen that because it like almost fell off on its own. And you have this king card that says pay attention to your health. So we're going to take those two together. But you could have had a breakup. And again, that could be where these fears are coming from, in this last row with the Tower, the Nine of Wands, the Moon, the King of Swords. Like maybe you had a difficult breakup and you're not sure if you want to open up again. You have this dark woman card. It says dealings or relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. It could be any gender. You have this wall. It says misunderstandings. Yeah, I would just make sure to be clear at this time. I do. We are in a time of like misunderstanding. So, there you go. You have this needle and thread. It says a sincere wish will be granted. I think I said something about like luck coming in for you or wish, kind of receiving gifts from the universe. So definitely makes sense. You have this dragon. It says, beware of self-delusion. I think we are all a little bit delusional right now. We have to look for evidence is what I would say. Everybody, even me, right? So, I think the best practice right now is Six of Pentacles. If you need to protect yourself from self-delusion, if you think you can do something, whatever it is, or if you have an idea, whether you think you can or you think you can't, doesn't matter, right? What I tell people is don't think. Just put a little bit of energy into something that you want to do in your life. Could be a new practice, new daily routine, a new relationship, whatever. Just put a little bit in. If you get energy back, put a little bit more. If you don't, stop. If they stop giving or if the situation stops giving, make a change. If you make a couple of changes and nothing changes, move on to something else. It's pretty simple, but just don't delude yourself into thinking something's working when it isn't. Get the evidence. Seven of Pentacles. You have the rainbow. It says the most difficult part of a situation is over. Definitely entering into a good time here, Cancer. And finally, you have this ink pot. It says problems to be resolved. Like I said, we're in a time where they're just like little annoyances that you could be clearing up. But I really like where this is going. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.